Hello and welcome to the news. You're on Magic Bricks now. I'm Krishna Kumar. Let's take a look at the top stories that we're tracking. MNS is adamant to play spoil sport this Diwali, all set to take law into their own hands, says will vandalize movie halls and multiplexes that play Karan Johars Ae Dil Hai Mushkil.
I know that my government will definitely protect me. As an Indian, I've come here. As a citizen, I feel it is my right to feel safe.
The film fraternity meets Home Minister Rajnath Singh and the centre assures 100% support, says will ensure Ae Dil Hai Mushkil is released across the country without any violence. National capital Delhi is set to miss its date with RERA as the Urban Development Ministry looks set to miss the October 31st deadline to notify RERA rules. The ministry is responsible to formulate the rules for Delhi's real estate regulator. And DMK Supremo Karunanidhis officially announces MK Stalin as his political heir. First up, our debating focus, the controversy surrounding the release of Karan Johars Ae Dil Hai Mushkil, which is snowballing at the moment. The MNS is adamant, despite pleas from Karan Johar and filmmakers. The party says it will not allow Ae Dil Hai Mushkil to release in Mumbai. This comes despite the central government's assurance to the Producers Guild that the movie will release across India without any violence. Members of the guild had met the Home Minister, and we have Amita Balachandra getting us the latest in this report.
After the MNS party staged protests at the Metro Cinema here in Mumbai against the release of the film Ae Dil Hai Mushkil, police officials have been extra vigilant. In fact, they have heightened security across multiplexes and cinema halls, single screen cinema halls. What we also understand is that they have displayed the helpline number 100 across these multiplexes and have told their respective owners to contact them in case of any mishap. Additionally, 12 MNS leaders have been arrested. In the meantime, Cinema Owners and Exhibitors Association has taken a stand to not showcase any films that involve Pakistani actors. In fact, they have also suspended Ae Dil Hai Mushkil. They tell us that it is a firm and an independent decision that they have made. This is Amita Balachandra for Magic Bricks Now.
Now, movie buffs and filmmakers allege that the MNS is adamant and is playing spoil sport this Diwali. A delegation comprising filmmaker Mukesh Bhatt, Siddharth Roy Kapoor and Union Minister Babul Supriyo met Home Minister Rajnath Singh amid threats over the release of Ae Dil Hai Mushkil, and the centre has assured them 100% support. Listen to these bites.
Certain political parties have said that, like the MNS has threatened that if the film is released, they will actually damage theatres.
They have threatened us, but my appeal is there that I'm very sure I've come here with tremendous hope and confidence that the government of the country will understand our predicament and will abide us with our complete security, which is the need of the hour.
So don't you have faith in the Commissioner of Police you also met?
Of course, yes. I have full faith. That's why I'm here. I know that my government will definitely protect me. As an Indian, I've come here. As a citizen, I feel it is my right to feel safe. My family to feel safe. We want to celebrate Diwali. We want to go and get entertained in a good family entertainer film. And I feel that the state is definitely going to give me all the support and protection against people who want to create violence for no reason.
So some owners have said that they will not screen the film.
See, somebody who doesn't want to, there is no forceful. I'm not forcing anybody. People are free to do. People are free to come and see the movie. If they don't want to see the movie, again, they are free. It's a free country.
Right.
But at least you should not stop people. And that also stop people violently. That is something I feel that the government of today should have zero tolerance towards violence. And that I'm come for.
It's a simple law and order situation case. It's a national release, so they wish to meet the Home Minister, and it's very gracious of Rajnath ji to have given time. I think MNS should not have the right and the power or the audacity to say that they're going to break multiplexes and take law in their own hand. They've always been a party of goons. They've harassed couples on Valentine's Day, broken card shops and all of that. So no one is allowed to take law and order in their own hands.
But
I think that's
assured security by the Bombay
the
Maharashtra
Maharashtra police has said that as long back as in the last week of September, they did say that no one is going to be allowed to break the law.
But
and
are
order.
you not assured enough?
No. They see it's a national release, so the producers have a right to meet the Home Minister, and the government is open to it. I think it's very gracious of Rajnath ji to actually give us time, give them the time, and meet them. So there's nothing wrong in it. It's a national release. It's a national thing. We don't want this thing that air that MNS is spreading in Bombay to get to inflict the audience outside. Let the audience decide what they want to do.
So that's the film fraternity meeting in Delhi with the Home Minister. Meanwhile, the film fraternity back in Mumbai is also continuing to support the release of Ae Dil Hai Mushkil. Listen to a word coming in from filmmaker Madhur Bhandarkar.
फिल्म को अच्छी तरह रिलीज होना चाहिए. मैंने कहा कि इसमें इंडियन टैलेंट है जिन्होंने काम किया है, और मैं यही विनती करूंगा सबसे कि इसका विरोध ना करें. उस पिक्चर को अच्छी तरह रिलीज होनी चाहिए, क्योंकि जिस तरह से हम देख रहे थे दिनों से ये हो रहा है, मेरे ख्याल से विरोध बिल्कुल नहीं इसका करना चाहिए, क्योंकि इसमें जितने लोगों ने जो फवाद खान ने काम किया वो काम करके चला गया है. उसके मैंने कहा कि बाकी भी जितनी फिल्में हैं जिसमें पाकिस्तानी कलाकार है जो पहले शूट कर चुके हैं उसको रिलीज होना चाहिए और अच्छी तरह से होना चाहिए. और मुझे इस बात की खुशी है कि राजनाथ जी आज पूरे काफी फिल्म मेकर्स और प्रोड्यूसर्स को मिल रहे और वो सुरक्षा दे रहे हैं. फिल्म इंडस्ट्री, देखिए आज जिस सिचुएशन की हम बात कर रहे हैं, हर कोई चाहता है कि जो फिल्म बनी है जिसमें हिंदुस्तानी कलाकार काम कर रहे हैं और एक बड़ी फिल्म है उसको अच्छी तरह रिलीज होनी चाहिए. रहा पाकिस्तानी कलाकार काम करने का, मैंने पहले भी कहा, अब भी कह रहा हूं कि हाल फिलहाल इस पे रोक होनी चाहिए, क्योंकि जिस तरह की सिचुएशन देख रहे, वातावरण देख रहे हम, उस तरह से आज की तारीख में डेफिनेटली पॉज मोड होना चाहिए. लेकिन जहां ए दिल है मुश्किल का सवाल है, उसको अच्छी तरह रिलीज होनी चाहिए. पिक्चर को अच्छी तरह से स्मूथ रिलीज होनी चाहिए और उसका विरोध नहीं होना चाहिए.
Meanwhile, the Cinema Owners and Exhibitors Association has taken a stand to suspend screenings of all movies that have Pakistani actors, and that includes Ae Dil Hai Mushkil as well. We caught up with Sharad Doshi of the Cinema Owners and Exhibitors Association, who maintains that this was an independent decision and not because of the MNS threat.
Our mandate is very clear to our members that any film with any Pakistani artist, whether it is Rais or a small film like Ek Tere Saath, which is getting released on this Friday, or Ae Dil Hai Mushkil, we have not named any film. I mean, we are very clear, this is a general policy that the association has adopted, and we would like our members to stay away from those films.
But have you decided on a timeline where you will figure out when you will lift this suspension?
My question to you would be in a question. Answer to your question will be in a question as to when do you know that this situation between India and Pakistan will improve?
What are the losses that you will incur because of this?
There will be a definite loss to the exhibitors, especially single screens, because these are the few weeks in a year in which they really make their biggest revenue. But I think when we consider our losses in comparison to 10,000 crores loss that Indian government has suffered during this last 100 days, and about 300 to 400 crores of rupees which they are spending on a daily basis to move our military in that area, this loss is very insignificant. This is our smallest contribution we can do perhaps to our own government.
Okay. Was this decision independent, considering we've also seen MNS threatening all of the multiplexes, single screens, to not showcase these films? Was this an independent decision? Also tell me, how are you tackling this in the sense that have you heightened security across all of the single screens?
I think our stand is absolutely clear. It's our own. It has nothing to do with any political party. As I said, we have nothing to gain by not releasing a film. We are the first people to get affected financially when we don't screen a film. Security-wise, yes, our cinemas are mandated and required by the Home Department of the government that we maintain certain security standards at our theatres, and which we all do.
Now, even as this controversy rages on, we asked the citizens one simple question. Will they watch Karan Johars Ae Dil Hai Mushkil this Diwali? Listen to what they had to say.
There are other good movies also which are not a part of such controversies, so we can watch them. It is just about enjoying some good movies.
From long time back this has been raised that Pakistani actors shouldn't act here, so I am against it.
बहुत सारे ऐसे आर्टिस्ट हैं, बहुत सारे लोग जो इंडियन हैं, जिन्होंने बहुत सारा अपना पैसा लगाया है, मेहनत की है, तो उन लोगों को क्यों सफ़र करें? वो लोग इसके बाद फ्यूचर में अलाउ मत करो किसी को.
एज अ इंडियन मैन मेरे को बिल्कुल पसंद नहीं है कि पाकिस्तानी एक्टर आज की डेट में कोई काम करे इंडिया के अंदर.
I would like to watch the movies. Yeah.
Definitely, I will not watch this movie.
Away from that and on to the other big story that we're tracking over here. Tamil Nadu's DMK party's chief Karunanidhis has named MK Stalin as his political heir. In an interview to the Tamil magazine Ananda Vigadan, DMK chief has said that Stalin has worked hard from the younger days for the party. He is my political heir. Karunanidhis also said that he is not missing his son Azhagiri. Karunanidhis' sons Azhagiri and Stalin have been engaged in a long-running turf war to control the DMK. We're now being joined by our correspondent Shabbir from Chennai. Shabbir, tell us, we do remember when the talk of Karunanidhis' heir happened several years ago, and Dinakaran ran that story, a poll about how Marans was set to take over, and we know what happened and all the violence that followed thanks to Azhagiri. But what is going on right now? This particular interview clearly states that Stalin is the political heir, and that comes straight from Karunanidhis. How is Azhagiri taking this?
Well, this is not the first time Karunanidhis has said that MK Stalin is his political heir. In fact, in 2011, Karunanidhis had made a similar statement. In 2013, he made another similar statement saying that MK Stalin has sacrificed a lot for this party, and he is someone who has grown within the DMK and who has been part of the rank and file of the party. So clearly, MK Stalin is the political heir of M. Karunanidhis, is something that is given, and it has been conveyed as many times before. But at this particular point, Karunanidhis has once again reiterated that MK Stalin is his political heir, and also this interview comes, many years after MK Azhagiri was expelled from the party. So for the very first time, Karunanidhis says that he is not worried about people who are not within the DMK.
Okay.
So people who have gone out of the DMK, he's not worried about them. And also at the same point of time, the interesting question that was raised is whether Karunanidhis wants to retire from active politics and give way for MK Stalin. On that one particular question, Karunanidhis seems to be non-committal. He says that Stalin is with me and he is handling the affairs of the party, but Karunanidhis completely evades the question of appointing Stalin as the next chief of the DMK. That is where, this entire story becomes old. In fact, this is not a new statement. Stalin is his political
Shabbir, I was just going to arrive at that. When you put
it
that into context like that, it's not exactly new, unless and otherwise, Stalin is being named as the chief of DMK, and you're telling me that hasn't happened, right?
Well, that question was raised, but Karunanidhis clearly evaded that particular question, in which he said that, the media might try to create some confusion with this particular statement, but Karunanidhis said, the fact is that Stalin is with me and he is supportive of me and he is handling several affairs of the party. That is where Karunanidhis stops. Karunanidhis doesn't commit at this point in time whether he wants to go ahead and appoint MK Stalin as the chief of the DMK. Clearly, because if that happens, then there will be a lot of trouble within the party. On one hand, Kanimuli is, one of the stakeholders in the party. On the other hand, MK Azhagiri might not, like this particular decision being taken, and he might create some kind of trouble, is what Karunanidhis feels, or probably that stops him from making that announcement.
Oh, absolutely, Shabbir. MK Azhagiri will not be able to take that very well. But Shabbir, while you're still with us, before we let you go, I also wanted to check with you in terms of the situation with Tamil Nadu's current Chief Minister, Jayalalitha. What is the latest updates you're getting on that front?
Well, what we are hearing from our sources in the Apollo Hospital is that she is recovering, though the progress is very slow. In fact, from what she was 20 days ago, now there is a drastic improvement, and she is still inside the ICU, and she is being observed by the doctors 24/7. A team of doctors are appointed for treating Tamil Nadu Chief Minister, and it's a comprehensive treatment that is being given because of the nature of ailments that she is suffering from. But at this point, one can say that her condition is stable and she is fine, is what the word that we are getting in from the Apollo hospitals. Though there is no official press release or health bulletin that has been issued by the Apollo hospital. The last health bulletin was issued on 10th of this month, and after that we haven't heard anything from the Apollo hospital. But sources do tell us that the Chief Minister is responding well to the treatment.
All right, the Chief Minister is responding well to the treatment is the word coming in from Shabir. Shabir, thank you so much for taking time out to be with us here on the news on Magic Bricks Now. The Urban Development Ministry is set to miss the October 31st deadline to notify rules for the real estate regulator, and this will impact the rollout of RERA in the national capital. In fact, ahead of the deadline, members of builder body, NAREDCO and CREDAI also met with the Ministry of Housing and Urban Poverty Alleviation on Thursday. Developers put forth their demands with reference to RERA, and we have my colleague Deepa Rana getting us more details in this report. Listen in.
The Urban Development Ministry looks all set to miss the deadline for the final RERA rules in Delhi. In fact, only today they've had a meeting with the builders body CREDAI and NAREDCO and have asked for their suggestions. We also spoke to the developers later on, and they told us that one of the big demands which the builders body have put across to the ministry is restructuring of bank loans. Now we all know that the companies in this sector are going through financial distress, and this demand is in keeping with it. Other demands include that the builders want occupation certificate to be included in the final rules instead of completion certificate, and also they are not in favor of putting up approved building plans on the website of the regulator. Instead, they are open to submit it to the regulator as well as to the buyers. Another demand which the builders have made is that they want the title insurance to be introduced in this sector, and also this demand is going to bring in more transparency in the real estate sector. One of the last demands which the builders have put across is that cooperative societies must be brought under the purview of RERA. Now we all know that the Housing Ministry is going to notify the final rules of RERA by end of this month for the Union Territories. It seems that Delhi will have to wait a little longer as the Urban Development Ministry is still in process.
Sticking with that, earlier in the day we spoke to Baman Irani, and he gives us his suggestion on RERA for the Ministry of Urban Development. Take a look.
I think the suggestions are more to do with the projects which are halfway through the entire development cycle, or more than halfway through the development cycle. There's an understanding that, the moment RERA comes in, all these projects should be covered under RERA. With all the RERA rules that are being laid out, which are absolutely a whole new landscape, it might be difficult for the compliances to take place, which would then leave projects in a limbo, which would then leave the consumers of that project in a limbo. So I think more and more importantly, on ground issues are being ironed out and put across to the government to consider.
We also spoke to Anuj Puri of JLL, and he tells us how the delay in the implementation of RERA will impact a key real estate market like Delhi.
I do feel is, as an industry and as a key stakeholders within the industry, there is an intent that we want to bring in RERA, but make sure that there are all the anomalies and preparation done right, so that when we say go, you're really running at that stage. You're not then starting to look here, there and discover that there have been lots of other things that had not been thought out. I've seen in the past many of our regulations come in where there has been little thought given to the implementation part of it. I do feel it's important to ensure that you get in the feedback from all the stakeholders.
Shifting focus then, while the Greater Hyderabad Municipal Corporation is going full steam ahead on road repair work, citizens from various parts of the city are complaining about the shoddy work that is being done. Magic Bricks Now spoke to activist Lubna Sarwat, who told us where and how the GHMC is faltering. Take a look.
Why are they shying away from giving the qualification of the engineers when a citizen is asking? Because we know that the engineers suitably qualified are not there, and very easy it is for either the water board or the GHMC to immediately tell that we have given it to the contractors and the contractors have not done the job. For August-September rains, again a separate 74 crores have been sanctioned for all the 5 zones. Okay, so what happened to that to 2015-16 budget 337 crores which is meant for this year itself, and the works are mentioned on the website as completed. Then within again when the rains have fallen, again for August-September rains completion there's another sanction of again 74 crores, and again we do not know the fate of the work. The status of the roads is telling the fate of the roads.
Magic Bricks now also spoke to the Hyderabadis to understand how bad is the situation and what they expect from the municipal body.
You have to crawl through datches and all. So I would literally urge the government and GHMC to please work on war footing.
I commute between Kompally and Banjara Hills on daily basis. The roads are in a very bad condition and that kind of affects things in a lot of ways.
I'm coming from Kachiguda to High-Tech City, but nowadays these roads are very problematic due to these heavy rains and due to metro works. Even in Banjara Hills and Jubilee Hills also roads are very problematic.
Lots of dust are there and our vehicles are also getting damaged and all.
We also asked Greater Hyderabad Municipal Corporation's Commissioner Janardhan Reddy why the work is not happening as per plan, and this is what he had to say.
Some important 5 to 6 kilometer stretch where the metro rail work is going on, and there the work is done by the Hyderabad Metro Rail, and they are also doing it, and they will also be completing in next 10 to 15 days. And because of the heavy rains and then certain patches of road works really were in bad shape, but now they are addressed and attended to.
Away from Hyderabad, time now for some news that's coming in from across the country. First up, another controversy strikes Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav. The state government has launched a national food security scheme, distributing ration cards with SP, Samajwadi Party's logo, and the bags carrying ration also has the Chief Minister's photo on it. The opposition has raised strong objections to the move, calling this a political stunt. An FIR has been lodged against 2 students of Kendriya Vidyalaya in Muzaffarpur for allegedly assaulting a classmate. Police claim that the action was taken on the directive of Union Minister of State Upendra Kushwaha after the incident, which was video recorded, went viral on social media. 8 people are reported dead after fire in fireworks go down in Sivakasi in Tamil Nadu. 25 people have been rescued so far. 22 people were killed after a vehicle skid off the road rolling into a gorge in Reasi district of Jammu and Kashmir. 23 others have been injured in the mishap as well. And with that, it's a wrap here on this edition of the news on Magic Bricks Now. Thank you so much for watching. This is Krishna Kumar signing off.
You can watch live TV on our website mpnow.in. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/magicbricksnow. And don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at Magic Bricks Now. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/magicbricksnow.